Hello everybody and welcome back to my studio. My name is Elke and today I'm going to make a nice bouquet with color lilies. Color lilies are actually something I really like. I use them often in maybe a bridal bouquet or just in a very kind of more modern style bouquet because it's a very classy flower, beautiful flower, and it lasts very long, so has a lot of good features to actually work with. And this one here is also very interesting because it's almost black, but I'm gonna go combine it. I'm gonna make a bouquet. Not 100% sure where I'm going with this, but that's often what I do. I just start something and see where I'm going with it. It's kind of this creative process. So I have actually prepared already a glass container, and what I did here is I will use some oases in the middle just to have something to put my flowers and my greenery in there. But if you put oases in a glass container, you see the outside and it's not very attractive. So you can either cover it with moss or with rocks on the side, just leave a little space between the oasis and the glass. But in my case here, I decided to go for some leaves because it's just a different look. Moss would maybe be a little bit more country looking or more rustic, but I wanted to go a little bit more classy. So what I did is I used the leaves of the color and I just go around, nice side outside around the glass here, and the next leaf will basically go, where's my knife? Here's my knife. I make the stem shorter and bury the next stem behind the other leaf, so you all see only the nice part of a leaf, right? So the stem is always behind the next one. So you kind of stagger it, and you just make a nice green little rim inside your vase. So that's perfect like this. And obviously the width of the leaf will determine how high your rim is going to be. But I actually kind of like when it's uneven. I have thinner and I have thicker leaves. And at the end, I just take the first leaf and put the stem behind. So, and maybe even, just cover different leaves with it. Here's another one. This is actually a very flat leaf from the color too. So, and then I use the oasis, and the oasis I need it relatively flat, so I usually use a big bread knife or something. There's also, you can buy in a floral store, you can buy an oasis knife, but I use an old bread knife because it has a long, it's very long, and I can just kind of go straight down and have a nice cut. So I cut it in half, make some nice corners, round them up a little bit, and then just feed them inside and just fill my glass. Yeah, just fill all the spots here. But I already did that, so we can actually use our time for something else. Just put that aside. So, okay, have a nice prepared glass, and let's just kind of let it happen. I have a few rocks that I thought I might use, make a little scenery look of it. I'm just going to plant them in my container. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. Have some onion flowers. This is actually quite an interesting story. Onions bolt. This is called bolting when they start flowering, and usually that happens when your onions are in distress. So that means, if they bloom too early, that means they got into distress. It's either too cold or too hot. And mine bolted, and I know exactly why, because I had them in containers. I tried to have some in a big pot. Just, I'm always trying things. I have them in the garden, I have them in pots, just to see how they react, how they grow. And I think the black pot, and we had a few very hot days, it was just too hot. So the plant goes like, whoa, this is way too hot. I have a problem here. I need to make sure that I reproduce and make flowers and seeds again. So that's why mine bolted. But I'm not just using the onions, I'm also a florist, and I thought, well, nice flowers, then let's just use them. So okay, So yeah, I'm creating these nice rocks and use my onions, but I'm gonna go really short and make them almost like a little scenery look. You know, you have to be aware when you use onion flowers, they do have a fragrance, and some people do not like it at all. You know, often you don't see it or you don't smell it after you use them or cut them, because it's very strong when you cut the flowers, the stems. But sometimes you do, and you just have to make sure that the people who are sitting close to it, if you use it in a flower bouquet for the table, then yeah, maybe don't use onion flowers. Or you can also buy, you know, the allium, which is also the onion family. Those nice purple balls, they don't have that strong onion fragrance, but obviously it's a different kinds of season. So yeah, I made this nice little mountain here. Maybe cover a little bit with moss, just to have that covered up too. Yeah. That in. And start with my color lilies. And put them sideways, make them a little shorter, into my oasis. But I let them grow out of the bouquet. Actually, I have to put some water in there because I don't want to forget that. Follow the movement of the flower. And because the flower itself, or the stem, is quite soft, when I work with soft flowers, I cut them, you know, wherever in the lengths that I need them, but then I don't hold them long and then stick them in, because it's sometimes it just breaks or kinks, and then you have to cut it shorter. So I cut them and hold them as short as I can and feed them, because I feel right away when I hit the oasis, and then just very slow feed them. Okay. And my idea here is I'm just going and make a stream of flowers going outside. So with the color, they often have a direction. They go either to the right, to the left. And right now, all my colors are going to the right. So I'm going to take all these ones that are going to the right, you know, and just feel, you know, this one for me turns a little bit more to the left. That's not what I'm looking for. Left. Yeah, and sometimes you can either work a little bit with them. This one is a double one, actually kind of cool, so I might use that too. Yeah, let's just use those ones that I have, make them smaller, and just kind of start feeding down along this line of flowers. It's quite cool. And it depends. You know, I don't always hit the oasis. Sometimes it actually just hits the water. As long as it stays where you want them, that's fine too. What I'm trying to do here is I don't want the flower stems to crisscross, because I want it to look like a flowing stream of flowers coming out there. So this one, for me, goes right across all the lines. So I'm just going to take that out and keep it in the flow of all the other stems. So put that in here, and maybe even go very short with that double one here. Even very short, because I just need it really to give it the idea of it's coming out from there. So then let's see, I have some cute ivy, which I like because ivy is a very natural moving plant. So just stick it down and maybe just feed it along the edge. Tuck it a little under that rock, whoops, and then it just stays there. put it underneath. There's another rock that can tuck it, you know. So the cute thing is on ivy, they have these cute leaves and they just kind of look like they are floating right now. So let's just see if I need more of those flowers. Maybe I'm gonna do something really interesting and I make them just the flowers. This is a bouquet that's more, it's actually very modern. It's almost like, for me, like creating a picture. I'm not necessarily using the flowers as they grow, you know, just like this, the traditional bouquet where you have a tall flower and you have the right and left and the center and all of that. This is more like an abstract kind of a painting. And I just use the flowers and feed them like a painting, like I'm working more with the color. Look at this, how cool it is. So, and then you could use ivy. Let's see, do I need more ivy? No, I don't need more ivy. What I need is a little bit more of the moss, because I would like to cover up this oasis down there. And I also would use some rocks, and I think I'm going to go with the natural white ones, because if I use the black ones, I might just but they don't show up too much because of the flowers being so dark, right? So I'm just going to put a few rocks in there. And now when I look at the whole picture, I feel like I want a little connection between that double one and there, you know, that stream that comes from the side. And I just have to see, I need a smaller flower, maybe this one, yes. Make it short and feed it in. So it makes for me this connection between those two groupings. Yeah, groupings is probably the best word. So look at that, and maybe one more of these streaming flowers coming out this way, a little shorter. And just make sure it either hits your oasis or it hits the water, because obviously these flowers need water. And so look at this. And I think I'm done. I don't want to do more. There's always more we can do. There's always different things we can use. And you know, sometimes I'm just looking at it. I like it the way it is, and use maybe other materials for the same kind of bouquet next time. But for now, this is, I like it. I like the stream. I think it's interesting. It looks different, and I'm sure it will last quite a long time because color just do that. So yeah, hopefully this was a kind of an inspiration for you to actually try new things. Don't just do the bouquets as we know them. Just go wild a little bit. Go and create little bouquets more like a painting. Abstract. Call it abstract. Call it something different, and just follow your intuition. I hope you like these kind of things and you are inspired. So please push the notification button, the subscribe button, and yeah, and then you will know when I upload new things. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.